In a closely watched case, the Supreme Court has ruled in favor of the National Rifle Association, striking down a California law that restricted the sale of handguns to those under 21. This decision, handed down in June 2024, marks a significant victory for gun rights advocates and has reignited the debate over the Second Amendment and its interpretation. The court's ruling, divided along ideological lines, has sparked controversy and raised questions about the future of gun control legislation in the United States. The case, known as NRA v. Bonta, centered on a California law that prohibited the sale of handguns to individuals under the age of 21 without a special license. The NRA challenged the law, arguing that it violated the Second Amendment rights of young adults who are legally permitted to possess handguns. The state of California, however, argued that the law was a reasonable restriction aimed at reducing gun violence. The Supreme Court's decision to overturn the California law has sent shockwaves through the legal and political landscape. Gun control advocates fear that the ruling will make it more difficult to enact meaningful gun safety measures, while gun rights supporters have hailed it as a victory for the Second Amendment. The court's decision is likely to have far-reaching implications for the ongoing debate over gun control in America. This ruling is just the latest in a series of decisions by the Supreme Court that have expanded gun rights in recent years. The court's conservative majority has signaled a willingness to overturn long-standing gun control measures, raising concerns among gun control advocates about the future of gun safety legislation. The NRA's victory in this case is a significant setback for those seeking to reduce gun violence through stricter gun control laws. While the case itself revolved around the Second Amendment, the court's decision has sparked a heated debate about its implications for the First Amendment, particularly the right to free speech. The NRA argued that the California law infringed upon its First Amendment rights by limiting its ability to communicate with its members about gun ownership. The court's decision, while focused on the Second Amendment, has left many wondering about its potential ripple effects on free speech. The NRA, a powerful lobbying group, argued that the California law hindered its ability to engage in political speech and advocate for its interpretation of the Second Amendment. They claimed that the law restricted their ability to reach out to young adults, a key demographic in the gun rights debate. The court's decision to side with the NRA, even on Second Amendment grounds, has raised concerns about the potential chilling effect on free speech, particularly when it intersects with politically charged issues like gun control. Some legal experts argue that the court's reasoning in the NRA case could be used to challenge other laws that restrict speech, even if those laws are not directly related to gun control. For example, they argue that the ruling could be used to challenge campaign finance laws or laws that regulate the activities of other types of advocacy groups. The potential for the NRA case to impact free speech beyond the realm of gun rights is a significant concern for many. The intersection of the First and Second Amendments presents a complex legal and societal challenge. The court's decision in the NRA case highlights the delicate balance between protecting individual rights and ensuring public safety. As the debate over gun control continues, the interplay between these two fundamental amendments will undoubtedly remain a point of contention. The Supreme Court's decision in NRA v. Bonta was far from unanimous, reflecting the deep divisions within the court and American society at large. The 6-3 ruling saw the court's conservative justices siding with the NRA, while the liberal justices issued a scathing dissent. The justices' differing opinions highlight the complexities of interpreting the Constitution and the challenges of balancing competing interests in a deeply divided nation. The majority opinion, authored by Justice Clarence Thomas, argued that the Second Amendment protects an individual's right to possess a handgun in the home for self-defense. Justice Thomas further argued that the California law violated this right by imposing an undue burden on young adults seeking to purchase handguns. The court's conservative majority emphasized the importance of adhering to the original meaning of the Constitution, suggesting that modern gun control measures are often at odds with the Founding Fathers' intentions. In a sharply worded dissent, Justice Stephen Breyer, joined by Justices Sonia Sotomayor and Elena Kagan, argued that the majority opinion disregarded the state's legitimate interest in protecting public safety. Justice Breyer emphasized the devastating impact of gun violence in America and argued that the California law was a reasonable and necessary measure to reduce gun-related deaths and injuries. The dissent highlighted the human cost of gun violence, citing statistics and personal stories to underscore the urgency of the issue. The divided court reflects a broader societal divide on the issue of gun control. While the Second Amendment guarantees the right to bear arms, the interpretation of that right remains a subject of intense debate. The court's decision in the NRA case is likely to further fuel this debate, with both sides pointing to the ruling as evidence for their respective positions.